audience, because they have a huge audience of people. And with their, if you've watched any of my training on running targeted ads using Facebook ads or YouTube ads or anything like that, you know that we can segment our audiences. So maybe these are people that just like rock music and you play really great rock music. So you could use Facebook's ad platform to reach all these people. Also, you could use Spotify playlists. So the Spotify logo. Okay, so Spotify playlists. If a playlist curator has a big audience of people that listen to their playlist, and you can get featured on that playlist, again, you're getting your music through a medium that has a built-in audience to get exposure for your music and reach a ton of people that you wouldn't be able to reach on your own. And again, if you're really going to break this down and simplify it, there's basically 3 different ways that you can reach new listeners through another person's medium. So the first one is through paid promotion. Ads are paid promotion. So running like Facebook ads, YouTube ads, Instagram ads, paying for placement on Spotify playlists, using promotion services, things like that, which we're not really going to be talking about here because it's not the purpose of this training. Another way you can reach new listeners is through somebody organically sharing your music with their audience. And by organically, I mean that somebody that already has their own audience is sharing your music without charging you for it. So this could be sharing your music on social media, adding your music to a popular playlist. This could be writing a blog post about your new release if they have a popular blog. Or even if somebody just tells their friend, like word of mouth promotion is really the best promotion. So think about it. People really value their friends' opinions. They tend to really value their friends' opinions. And a lot of times people have similar tastes in music with their friends. So if like a friend of yours recommends an artist, recommends a new track to listen to, you'll probably give that a little bit of consideration because you trust your friend's opinion about music. So anytime you can get somebody to share your music for free with their audience, whether that's a huge following on social media or just 1 or 2 of their friends, that's kind of what I'm referring about with organically sharing your music. And we'll talk about how you can do that here in just a minute. And then there's a third way, kind of a newer way of reaching new listeners. This is with an algorithm shares your music for you for free. So Instagram will share your content in the Instagram Explore section. YouTube will recommend your content to viewers. Spotify has algorithmic playlists that suggest music to their listeners. And if your music is a good fit for that listener, Spotify will share your music for free. So there are 2 primary things that we're really going to be covering in this session to help you promote your music for free. One is how to find and connect with people that have a built-in audience already. So this is going to be finding and connecting with human beings that can share your music for you. And then how to optimize what you're doing to get noticed and picked up by algorithms so that these algorithms on social platforms and streaming platforms will share your music for you for free with people that are likely to enjoy it. So first, let's talk about how to find and connect with people that already have an audience. So one way to do this is by networking with other musicians and doing cross-promotion. So cross-promotion is essentially just when you share another artist with your fans and that artist will share your music with their fans. One of the simplest and most common ways that artists do this is by playing shows together. So when you invite another artist to open for you or you get the opportunity to open for another artist, you're essentially sharing each other's fan base with one another. Their fan base that came out to see them perform is now going to hear your music and potentially become fans of you as well. And then that artist gets that same benefit of being exposed to your audience. You could also share each other's music through social media, through email. So you share other artists' music with your fan base. You let your fan base know about new releases coming out from other artists that you like, that maybe you work with, that you perform with, or friends of yours, whatever. And maybe they'll do the same for you. Now, this doesn't have to be like you scratch my back, I scratch yours type of situation. Of course, that's always great when you can work out deals with other artists where you're going to be cross-promoting with one another. But sometimes, especially when you're just getting started and you don't have a huge audience yourself, or you don't have like that big of a fan base, sometimes you just need to do it first. You don't have to make this deal with the artist ahead of time. You can just kind of lead by example, start promoting other artists' music, and a lot of them will want to do the same for you. There's something called a principle of reciprocity. This is a social psychology principle where when you do a good deed for somebody else, they're going to feel obligated to do that for you. So an example would be maybe if you've ever been to a Christmas party and you showed up and somebody gave you a gift and you didn't have a gift for them and you felt kind of weird or uncomfortable, or maybe guilty that you didn't bring them a gift, that is this psychological principle of reciprocity at work. As human beings, we just have this natural desire to for everything to be kind of even, right? So if somebody does something nice for us, we feel obligated to do something nice for them. So if you were to start promoting other artists, like maybe other local artists in your area, if you start, letting your fan base on social media or on your email list know about their new releases and sharing their music with your fan base, and be sure to let the artists know when you do share their music with your fan base, just let them know, hey, just so you know, I really liked your new release and I thought it would be great to share with my audience. I figured that they would like it as well, so I sent on an email today sharing your music with them. Just wanted to let you know I really liked it, and etc. But you don't have to ask for that in return, at least not right away. I mean, it's totally up to you, but a lot of times just doing this first, build up a little bit of good karma, and then next time you have a track that you want people to maybe help promote, you just follow up with them and say, hey, I got this new track coming out Friday, just wanted to share it with you, maybe get some feedback if you like it. Feel free to share with your audience, no pressure. And a lot of times they'll want to do that for you. And once you have enough of a fan base where they can really see the value in you sharing their music, they might want to, you might want to actually coordinate a deal where you agree to promote their music and they agree to promote yours. And keep in mind that smaller artists are probably going to appreciate it a lot more, especially like if they have a smaller fan base than you or about the same as you. Obviously, promoting Taylor Swift or Eminem's new track, they're not going to feel this like need for reciprocity, like they need to promote your track because you promoted theirs. And actually, one of the first sessions I posted in Music Promotion Insiders was the secret to get new fans for free with fan swaps. So a fan swap is simply when you email your list about one artist and they'll email their list about you. So I created this spreadsheet where you can add yourself to the fan swap list. So if you click here to add yourself to the list, and then click here to view the list, and this is full of other music promotion insiders like yourself that would be interested in doing a fan swap where they've got their own email list. And just like you, they've signed up to do one of these fan swaps. So check that out. And just be aware that, I did originally create this a couple of years ago. So people at the top of the list, I think it's all in order of like the first people on the list were the original ones that signed up maybe, 2 years ago. So the newer people are going to be closer to the bottom. They're probably just more likely to be active, but you never know. So anyway, check that out if you're interested in doing some cross promotion with other music promotion insiders. But that's just one of several ways that you can get exposure to other people's audiences. Another one would be music blogs. So there are a lot of people out there that had music blogs that like to write about new music that they just discovered. And you could connect with these bloggers and potentially have them share your music with their audience. And there's a few different ways that you can do that absolutely for free that I'm going to share with you right now. The first one we're going to talk about is SubmitHub. And again, if you've never used SubmitHub before and you've never watched this training here before and you're inside your MPI dashboard, I highly recommend you check out the Get Your Music Featured on Popular Music Blogs and Playlists. This is a training session that I did with the founder of SubmitHub, Jason Grishkoff. And he explains how to use SubmitHub effectively to actually get your music picked up and written about by music bloggers, as well as getting your music added to playlists and potentially shared on social media and things like that as well. So definitely check out that training. And now SubmitHub is free to use. However, you can purchase premium credits. That there are definitely advantages to having premium credits. Your submissions are prioritized if you use premium credits. You can buy as many as you want and then make as many submissions as you want. Whereas if you just use the free credits, you're kind of limited to only so many submissions every few hours or so. You could still use it completely for free without the premium credits, but the premium credits do have definitely an advantage. Now, again, keeping with the theme of promoting your music for free, you can get premium credits without spending any money because there's a feature that SubmitHub has called Hot or Not. And this Hot or Not feature basically just allows you to earn free premium credits by rating other people's music. So it's a pretty cool feature. As a musician, you can upload your music and people can give you feedback whether or not they like it. This could be very valuable for testing tracks to decide, which one you really want to promote. Because if you have 10 different tracks coming out on your next album, and you're trying to figure out how to allocate your promotional budget and allocate your time, you really want to focus on picking 1 or 2 songs that are probably going to perform the best, that people are going to like the most, especially when you're putting money behind your promotion. So this can be a really good way to determine which songs should be those featured singles off of your album. And it actually does get you some free exposure for your music as well, just by submitting your music to Hot or Not. But in terms of earning premium credits, you just have to go in here, create your account, and then start rating music, just saying whether you like it or not. And you could start earning free premium credits that you can then use for priority submissions to bloggers, playlist curators, influencers, etc. Now, similar to the Hot or Not feature in Submit Hub, there's another website called Drupal. It's just at Drupal.com. And it's got a similar kind of system in place where you can earn points to get your music featured in blogs, on song reviews, and various other music promotion services. So I just wanted to share this with you because there's a lot of different ways that you can, promote your music, and it doesn't always cost anything. Like, you can pay for these services here. You can see like this song review service is $8.90, or you can use Karma. And in the same way that the Hot or Not feature in Submit Hub works, basically you can perform various tasks for the Drupal community to earn Karma points, and then you can spend those on music promotion. So that's just another resource I wanted to share with you real quick. And then over here at jammob.com, we actually have a few different resources for you as well. So if you go just on the homepage of jammob.com, if you go to musician resources, we have playlist curators as well as music blogs and music review sites. So there's music review sites and music blogs sorted by genre. And then you'll just see a list of blogs that you can reach out to and contact to submit your music to. In addition to music blogs and music review sites, you could also reach out to social media influencers. And by influencers, I mean, just anybody that has any followers on social media, really. So it doesn't have to be Kim Kardashian, who you're probably not going to get her to promote your music for free on her Instagram. However, there are probably a lot of other people that would, like your friends, family, and your fans. The 3 Fs: friends, family, fans, and then other musicians as well, which we kind of already touched on a little bit earlier, doing cross-promotion with other artists. And there is a feature over here in Submit Hub as well where you can actually submit your music to influencers and potentially have your music shared on Instagram or other social media platforms, possibly. I know this is on Instagram. I'm not sure if I think they do, there's people on YouTube as well. I'm not sure all the different platforms. Okay, Instagram and TikTok it looks like. But in any case, in the same way that you can earn premium credits using the Hot or Not feature, you can also use those premium credits to submit your music to influencers on Instagram and TikTok to have your music shared on those platforms as well. Okay, you can also submit your music to playlist curators and have your music shared on popular playlists. This is something that you can potentially do for free. There's a lot of playlist services out there that will get you placed when you pay a fee, but that's not always the case. You don't always have to pay for playlist placement. Just like I said in the beginning, you're just going to have to put in the time. You're going to have to contact a lot of curators, and eventually you might get a few that will add your music to their playlist for free. However, once again, I'm going to show you a few different resources besides just Submit Hub. So when you submit your music to playlist curators, they've got Spotify, SoundCloud, YouTube playlists here. And when you submit your music to these curators through Submit Hub, they don't charge you. I mean, you have to pay with the premium credits, which you can earn for free with the Hot or Not feature. But if you submit your music to these playlist curators and they approve it, they don't charge you any fee, or they're certainly not supposed to. So it really is a good way to get added to playlists for free. Another resource would be, as I mentioned before, over here at jammob.com again. If you go to musician resources and click on playlist curators. So we got tons of playlists listed here, curated by genre. This is a work in progress, so just be mindful of that. You can choose your genre, and you'll find the playlist, the various genres on the playlist, the name of the curator, as well as the contact email, and in most cases, a Spotify URL that'll either go to the playlist itself or to the curator's user profile. A lot of times, these playlists change very quickly. It's part of their strategy for accumulating followers. Is sometimes they just change the name a lot. They oftentimes even change the genre. They change music so much on the playlist that it might even change genres a little bit. So just be aware of that. But so this information isn't always 100% accurate, but we have done our best to kind of get you as much as we can. So that's a useful resource. You should find very helpful. Again, just over at jammob.com under the musician resources tab, just go to playlist curators. You can access that information there. And then one other place that you can find playlist curators for free would be chartmetric.com. All right, so Chartmetric has a free service. You can get started for free. Their paid service is pretty expensive. It's only really useful if you're doing a lot of playlist promotion, maybe if you have a label or if you're a playlist curator yourself. The pricing starts at like $150 a month or something like that. So it's not cheap, but they do have a free tier. So you can just create a free account. I'm going to go ahead and log in real quick. All right, so I'm logged in here to a free account. If you go up to these three little dots and choose curators, Chartmetric will show you a bunch of playlist curators. Now, with the free membership, you can only see, I think, 50 at a time. So what you want to be sure to do is exclude Spotify and other major label brands. So you definitely don't, need to have those listed because you're probably not going to get on those playlists. You're not going to be able to contact them and get on them anyway. If you want to get on Spotify playlists, there's another way to do that, which I'll show you in just a second. Then the next thing you want to do is click having social URLs, because in most cases, they're not going to show you like an email address. Sometimes they will, but you want to make sure they have social URLs because that's the way you're going to be able to get in touch with most of these playlist curators. And then, of course, you want to select your genre to limit it, refine it a little bit further. And now we have a list of curators you can check out. So if you click on the curator name here, it brings up their profile. And then if you scroll down here underneath data sources, there'll be links where you can contact them. So in this case, if they're grayed out, that means that they don't have contact information. So this person doesn't have any of their social stuff listed, but they do have a website here. So if you were to click on that, it'll take you to their website where I would imagine you could probably find contact information for them here. Or actually down here at the bottom, they've got all their social stuff as well. So you can find this person's contact stuff down here. But most curators will at least have some kind of social or something where you can get in touch with them. Another place that you could submit your music for free would be to Spotify's official editorial curated playlist. Just go to your Spotify for Artists profile at artist.spotify.com. Be sure to log in if you haven't created your account. If you have music on Spotify, it's completely free to create your free account with artist.spotify.com. And then you get access to a bunch of analytics and things like that. And if you log into your Spotify for Artists dashboard after you've uploaded some music through your distributor, underneath the music, if you go up to music at the top and then click on upcoming here, and I don't have anything to promote right now, but if you have upcoming tracks that you want to pitch to Spotify playlist editors, they'll appear right here, and then there'll just be like a little link that says pitch to playlist curator or something. It says like pitch a song, I think. You click on that, you'll fill out a super short form, and then your music will be submitted to Spotify's editorial staff to potentially be featured on a really popular official Spotify playlist. Now, for more information on all that sort of stuff, I would recommend going to Music Promotion Insider's dashboard. And then here, if you go underneath Music Release Plan, there's a crash course on planning your music releases. And I cover some of this stuff a little bit more in depth, including like how to actually come up with a strategy, how to submit your music to playlist curators and such. And yet another place where you can reach out to people who have an existing audience and get your music shared, especially your music videos, would be on YouTube channels, because a lot of people on YouTube actually put together, they curate playlists of music videos. So you could have your music video added to one of those playlists as well. And of course, as with everything I've shared so far, Submit Hub is a good place for that. Again, you can earn premium credits with Hot or Not. If you select YouTubers here, you could find YouTube channels to submit your music to. And then, of course, as I mentioned before, be sure that you check out the session that I did with Jason Grishkoff. He talks about how to, find the right playlists and find the right people to reach out to. Or you can find them yourself on YouTube. It's actually pretty simple. So I'm going to head over to youtube.com. All right, so right away on the homepage, you see, obviously, a lot of people go here to listen to music. Some of the things that are being suggested to me right now are music videos, different, not all of this is music, but look, jazz, new age music. All right, so let's check out this real quick. We'll go to, let's say we want to listen to some chill, relaxing jazz music here. All right, so really what I want to show you is if we scroll down here, you'll probably see some playlists No, it doesn't look like it's recommending any playlists at the moment. Usually there would be some, but we didn't actually search for anything. So let's try searching for Drake. And we'll see what kind of results we get here. All right, so here obviously a bunch of Drake music videos. And if we scroll down a little bit, there's probably a playlist that'll show up as a search result. Normally, playlists tend to show up in search results. Oh, here we go. This is a playlist right here. There's 50 tracks on it. The Drake mix. All right, so let's say that we wanted to get our music video on this playlist. Well, this is a terrible example because it's actually on Drake's channels. All right, so I'm going to try another approach. Up here under filters, we can use the advanced search here and just search for playlists. All right, so this one by Michael Thompson. Now, if you find, like, these are all tons of playlists here. So let's say we want to get on this playlist. If you click on Michael Thompson, this should take you to his channel. And then if you go to the About section, a lot of times you'll find contact information here. So it doesn't look like Michael Thompson has his contact information. Top Hip Hop Songs 2021, Best Rap Music Playlist. Clearly, this is somebody that looks like they're actually putting some effort into their search engine optimization. I'm going to guess that they probably have contact information. Yeah, they got 126,000 subscribers. Clearly, they're putting effort into the channel. If you go to the About section here, yeah, you'll see that there's a description. And underneath details, it says for business inquiries. You click view email address, prove that you're not a robot, and click submit. And here we go. Ian@cursor.co. So there's an email address right there that you can contact and get in touch with this playlist curator and share your music with them. All right, so those are some ways that you can find playlist curators and bloggers and influencers and people that you can reach out to, but that's only one half of the puzzle. So finding their contact information, finding people that you can reach out to and that will possibly be able to share your music with an existing audience is one part of the equation, but you also have to think about how you communicate with them. This is very important because if you find a lot of curators, a lot of bloggers, a lot of YouTubers, and you're submitting your music to all these different people, you found a lot of their contact information, you keep submitting stuff and you're not hearing anything back at all. Like most of the time, a lot of times you'll hear something back where they'll maybe want to charge you for a submission or maybe want to charge you for, to add your music to their playlist or whatever. But if you're not hearing back from anybody, a lot of times it's because your communication sucks and you need to work on your communication. So here's some things that you need to think about and understand when you're reaching out to these people. So first of all, for most of them, a lot of times it's a hobby or it's part-time. If it's a full-time thing, that means that they're probably making money from it and they're probably going to charge you. But if you want to get on a free playlist, you're going to be reaching out to people that it's probably just a hobby or it's part-time.